Hi, this is Jeff White at Life and Living, and I wanted to just touch base a little bit on talking about Qigong and a simple exercise, but very powerful exercise to start to build that center of Qi within you and build your awareness of it. Whenever we start working with Qigong, you'll hear instructions of lead your Qi and feel it and all that's great, especially and it doesn't take long to be able to sense that and feel it, and some more quickly than others. But at that initial stage is how you become aware. Qi is always flowing within your body, it always exists, and there's all kinds of various types of Qi. But the kind that we're looking for, that we use for transformation, and that we use in part of our case, martial arts, comes from lower Dantian. Now, Dantian, Chinese term, and it's just energy center, lecture field. In the Chinese theory, you'll have lower Dantian, middle Dantian, upper Dantian. We'll cover those. We start talking about three treasures as well. But when we're standing in this Qigong and we're getting ready to get started, if we will put our focus in this, it's called the lower Dantian. For those of you with chakras, it would be your sacral chakra. So we're looking at about 1.5 inches, 2 inches below your belly button, and I want to think about more in the center of my body. Okay, and I want to. This is your sea of Qi, sea of original Qi. It's right by the umbilical cord. There's a lot of scientific data coming in about calling your gut the second brain, the vagus nerves that send signals back and forth between the brain. That links to the parasympathetic nervous system. There's a lot of really good, interesting data that's been coming out in the last 10, 15 years. But knowing that and reading all that is very important. And nothing helps with Qigong practice like practice. And that's what's most important. So when we start thinking about this is where we want to build our Qi. It's also our center of mass, gravity. And martial arts, we always want to move from our core. When we start to move, we sink our weight. We're moving from this core. And in regular Qigong practice, I want to build that sense of energy and core. When I first started doing this, I'll use my mind to visualize. But I want to switch over as soon as possible to feeling and awareness. And admittedly, at first you're going, I'm just making this up. But the mind leads the Qi, and there's always two creations, one inside, one external, one internal, one external. So it begins with an idea. It begins with, okay, I'm going to imagine energy coming down and building. It does not take long before you do start to feel this energetic ball awareness building and growing. And then you want to condense it and just pack it in. And as you do this over a 30, 60, 90-day period, I would say give it 90 days to really kind of with everyday practice or several times a week, so that you build and see if it works for you. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. If it does, welcome to a fantastic journey. My bet is you will. But I want you to stand. Now, when we stand, it seems very technical, but it's also very relaxed. When I'm standing, my knees are not locked, slightly bent. My feet are forward. Mine are always off a little bit. Now I have too much information. I have terribly flat feet and have for as long as I can remember. If I shift more to the outside, where I pull my toes in a little bit, I'll feel that spot and the sole of my feet will pick up. I can do that. Some days I will, some days I won't. It activates acupressure points and kidney one in the bottom of my feet. But I want to stand. My tailbone is tucked in just a little bit. So, whereas I'm not standing here, and I'm not here, pushing out, it's just nice tucked. My shoulders down, chest slightly rounded in, which means I'm not standing in military pose. So very relaxed, natural. My hands off to the side, they'll come out. And now I can stand here. I like, for just anchoring and focus, I'll put one hand over the other on my lower dantian. I have read a lot about it should be right hand over left and women should be left hand over right. I think in practice I have found it doesn't necessarily make a lot of difference as far as I can tell. You do what's comfortable. I've had teachers that say it's very important and teachers that say it's not important. And I respected them both. So it depends on what you find and what works. This is very anchoring to me. So now I'm going to breathe in through my nose. I'm feeling diaphragmatic breathing. So I'm breathing, pushing my diaphragm down, and I want to extend it 360 degrees around too. But as I breathe in, I imagine this energy rolling as a ball in my dantian. So right about here towards the center of my body. When I breathe in, I'm gathering energy. Initially, I just want you to do it as if you were breathing in, down through your lungs, down through the center channel. We have conception channel that runs across the front. It runs from about here, comes down, runs, comes in hooks, stops at the perineum, so right between your genitals and your anus, and then the governing channel picks up where that stops, comes across your coccyx, your tailbone, goes up your back, follows, you can say the line for chakras, coming up, comes around, and ends up coming right about here. If you put your tongue at the roof of your mouth, just behind your teeth, you'll connect those two channels. So, deep breath, breathing in energy. As I exhale, instead of letting that energy out, I want to imagine I'm packing that into this turning ball. Breathe in. As I exhale, I pack it in. So long, slow exhale, and really think about turning that ball of energy. However you want to envision this, a wheel, a ball of energy, a sphere, an orb, none of that makes really a lot of difference. It depends on how you anchor it and how you envision. But I'm sending my intent down, anchored through my whatever vision that I'm applying to it. I'm sending my intent, and I'm allowing it to build this energetic ball here at my center. When you keep doing this over days and weeks, you will begin to sense, and even now my palms heat up and they start to sweat, that you'll begin to feel this energy. You can also roll your hands. Remember, what I am feeling, what I'm sensing and looking to be aware of is not the surface, but an energetic ball at the center of my being. Now, as I'm doing this, as I'm breathing in, compacting that energy, if thoughts come in, and they will, and all of a sudden you find yourself thinking about something else, or thinking about breathing, thinking about breathing, thinking about, okay, I was breathing, oh, I held my breath, I wonder why, oh, the last time I held my breath, I was doing something, and then we take off on that rabbit hole. Let it go. Don't berate yourself, just let it go. And I usually, for my eyes, go deeper, is my mantra to myself. So then I compress and rotate that ball. I want to feel that energy. There's going to be times you'll feel tension in your body, and then it relaxes. Let all that tension go. Sometimes you're going to sense tension in your mind through disbelief, through being critical, denial. And there's a difference in being introspective and looking at saying, okay, how's my progress? Have I had progress? Which comes over time. But also when you're just here, be here now. Feel the energy. Use your intent to build that energetic ball. You want to build this reservoir of energy inside you. We're going to use more of that energy. But right now we're building this energetic ball, also sacral chakra. Using this deep diaphragmatic breathing and putting your intent into your lower dantian will also help increase your strength. I noticed this when I was doing my workouts, and as I started to experiment with breathing and with this awareness, I started shifting from just inhale, exhale, and I started to put all of my attention down at lower dantian, and I would power through doing lifts and doing sets with a greater amount of strength than I would before I started doing that breathing. Just, even in that first time, that first day, and every successive time afterwards, that as I began to focus on this lower dantian, even in my strength workouts, it adds to my strength. When I'm moving from my core and I'm walking, I'm more settled, I'm more balanced. Our energy is already sinking to the earth. We're more engaged. When I'm building this ball of chi, I am building this energy for my energetic body and allowing more energy to be able to be freed up and to use for healing and other things I may want to use my energy for. So all this becomes very important, and it starts with this standing. Now, you don't have to have your hands here. I can stand and do the same thing. I can do the same thing here. But this is a nice focus. So this is where I tend to start. Now, sometimes I will start my own personal workouts with just this gathering. And I'm centering. The deep breaths cause a centering to happen in your heart. I'm getting into mind, heart are meld together. So I'm putting my attention into my heart. If I'm looking at this type, sometimes I put my attention in third eye, but if I'm going to be moving in energy, I'm going to put it in my heart, I'm going to put it in my lower dantian. I'm going to let that energy build. The more that I allow this energy to build, and spend some time every day packing this energy in, and then take note about how you feel. Do you feel lighter, happier, more centered, more grounded? Do you feel stronger? Can you sense that ball of fire, that ball of energy, however you envision this building? And then keep that as you walk through the day. Imagine I'm using this as a gyroscope, say, this ball of energy as it moves me through. I kind of lead with this, do an experiment, lead with this energy from lower dantian for 90 days and see how it changes your awareness. I think you'll be impressed. As always, feel free to reach out. You can email at LifeandLivingNow@gmail. We have a free online Qigong class every Saturday morning, 9 Central, where I am, 10 Eastern, 8 Pacific. All you have to do is just email me, ask for permission, we'll send you a link. Just let me know you'd like to be included, and we'll send you a link. Ask any questions, and we love the dialogue as we take this journey together. So I look forward to it.